After 8 months, motorcycle taxis finally resumed their operations today. The move comes after the Interagency Task Force for the Management of Emerging Infectious Diseases gave them the go signal. This is still part of the pilot study on the safety of motorcycle taxis as a mode of transportation. Angkas, Joyride, and Move It are part of the pilot study, but so far authorities have only cleared Angkas for operations today. Among the guidelines is the implementation of a full cashless payment to minimize human contact. Authorities remind riders and passengers to follow the new protocols set in place to avoid the spread of COVID-19. Safety protocols have been put in place for passengers of Angkas. What can the riding public expect as it resumes operations? Angkas Chief Transport Advocate George Royeca is joining us this morning. Good morning, George, and welcome back to New Day. Big day for you guys. How many Angkas riders and units will be back on the road today? I was speaking to Colonel Bong Nebria earlier. He said it's about 6,000?
Good morning, Ria. Yes, it's a big day for us. Good morning to everybody that's watching the show. Thank you for having me. Yes, we have about, we have about 22 or 23,000 for Metro Manila as part of the original technical working group master list. That due to NTF guidelines, we require everybody to go through a PCR test. So far, about 6,500 plus have undergone RT-PCR and have been negative. So these are the ones that will first fly the streets. Together with those that have also have the other NTF requirements, which is particularly the NTF approved barriers.
All right. Now, for the other passengers, not among the 6,500 or so who have been tested and tested negative, riders rather, will they be tested, and are there plans for them to also get back on the road soon?
Yes, we're testing them every single day. So we're testing quite a number of people every single day, and hopefully we get to submit those. Not hopefully, but we will be submitting those names as the day goes by.
All right. Now, George, aside from requiring passengers to bring their own helmets and putting up barriers, what other measures are you implementing to ensure the safety of both the drivers and passengers? I understand that the motorcycles need to be sanitized after each trip. How exactly will that be carried out?
Yes, so the bikers went through a refresher course. They have undergone a lot of training to be able to work out the disinfection protocols. That's going to be very, very strict for us. And also definitely their own helmets and their own face mask and the barrier in between. So you're talking about 4 different layers of protection on top of the disinfection protocols. We also have cashless, which is very important. So there's no exchange of money. So it's going to be 100% cashless. In fact, Move It, the company has actually reached out to Angkas a few months back, as soon as the IATF and the NTF approved their barriers and asked for them to use our barriers. So we allowed Move It to use our barriers so that they may serve the streets as well, because this is the time of pandemic, and we're hoping that we're all here to cooperate with each other. Mamaya na muna yung competition, and our focus is really to serve the public.
Yeah, it's nice to hear that you service providers are all working together. Just going back to the testing, George, will you be testing your riders periodically, or is it just a one-off testing for them to get back on the road?
So we're working out the protocols in terms of the frequency of the testing. We're looking at maybe every quarter, but that hasn't been decided by the technical working group, but it will be periodically, yes.
All right, good to know. One last question. This is still part of a pilot study, as we were saying. What are your metrics for being able to transition from pilot to permanent?
Really, the ultimate objective here is the law. So we want to make sure that we still provide the necessary information and necessary data to the government, to Congress and to Senate, so they're able to craft the proper legislation. So there's actually 2 technical working groups that are in place. One is the technical working group of the DOTR, which focuses on road safety, but a Congress technical working group is also convened to focus on the other elements, which is unfair competition, employment, and other factors, such as competitiveness, fair matrix. Taxes. So those are the other types of aspects of the motorcycle taxi that also needs to be worked out.
All right. Well, good luck today. We wish you and all your riders and the riding public the best. Thank you for your time this morning. That was Angkas Chief Transport Advocate George Royeca telling us that there will be at least 6,500 Angkas riders on the road later today. If you are planning to call an Angkas, please don't forget to bring your own helmet and make sure that your rider has a barrier.